The following Let's Play has been rated perfectly fine to watch. Any attempts to break the game are for entertainment value only. However, if any typos happen to be found... Mwahahaha! Oh hey! That's the end of the floor. Yay! Alright, which means one more level to go to before we can access question mark. Let me just get some extra stuff. Alright, so our health meter is full, and it's going to be beyond full thanks to this minigame. Yay! You know, this is really the best part of the game, because it's easy, your character moves fast. This game really makes you look forward to getting back to the elevator. I mean, still have no idea why we leave the elevator just to come back to it. But it's nice to come back to. Alright, now we're in a part of the game that I'm quite familiar with. Let's see here. Oh, these things home in on you. That I did not know. And to take 3 hits. Now this is going to be where there's some interesting puzzle elements coming on. We got a mouse hole, let's go in the mouse hole. Hint, collect a key from each room to exit the floor. For this floor specifically. That's not the case with the other floors, it's this floor specifically. So what we need to do, see if I can grab this cookie and make it back to the elevator, or the vent. Alright, good. So we need to go through here, once again in the ventilation shaft. We got lasers. Alright, I see how to go through that. Just need to wait for it to reach the end. Oop, that wasn't it. And now it is. And we want to come in here. We are now in room 401. We're going to have to go through all 4 rooms, and that's a bomb. Don't think you can hurt it, because you can't. You can't hurt it, and if it explodes nearby you, you take damage. I wound up taking several hits to find that out. Can I just walk through it? No. No, you cannot do that. Thankfully, my max health is really up there. Wow, the fact that they stop when they get near you is going to make jumping over them kind of hard. How high is my health? Alright. So it's like, let them get near you and then jump over them. If the explosion hits you, you only take minimal damage. Alright, so here's a... Yeah, let me try to say that again, because I'm not sure if I made it clear. If the explosion hits you, it only takes damage. If you're on the explosion, it's instant death. As far as I can remember, anyway. So here's where the puzzle element comes in. We grab this key, and now there's a cat trying to get us. What we have to do is this. And now we can just go right back through. So we got a key in this room, now we have to exit the room and go through the ventilation shaft to the next part of this. Let's see if I can jump over that. Good. Who makes beds with broken springs that are triggered by a switch on the floor that can be triggered by ants? I mean, it's one thing to have broken springs that are perpetually springing on about, but this actually took planning. Someone made it that way. Alright, back through the shaft, and let's see here. Alright, I see the pattern. Go now. Nope, I was wrong. How much health do I have? I'm not going through here. There's a guy standing in the way, and he's not interested in stomping me. I'm just going to jump, because I know in one of these cases, if you step on the little arrow, it automatically zaps you. Also, I find it fascinating that I took another hit and I'm still at max health. Alright, so we're on the other end of room 402 now. More of those robots? No, not the same robots. These guys... Ooh, no, 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 you don't. No. Wait. Okay, these guys don't trigger the springs. There's a little bit of inconsistency there. Not that I'm complaining. Alright. Mouse hole is right here. Now what you don't want to do is trigger the weights before grabbing the key, because that doesn't count. It has to be after you grab the key. And even though the cat put his hand on it, it counts, but only because you let the weight drop after grabbing the key. It's weird, I know. Oh, the guy sees me. Hooray. Of course I have to go through this laser right here again. But it's an easy one to figure out. Just jump through it because, like I said, one of those is step sensitive. I think it's this one, actually. Yeah, it is this one, because the first laser is not part of the sequence. So if you step on it, that triggers the first laser. Alright, I see the pattern. I want it to sort of lead into the last one. There it is. Oh. I saw most of the pattern, but there was one more. I still have full health. Did I grab any more health along the way that I don't know it? We got more bombs. Who puts bombs in their hotel? I mean, I imagine they're nothing more than firecrackers considering their size. But still, that's a little excessive, don't you think? Now we got a bit of a maze here. Which way do I want to go? I'll take the bed route. I mean, I played this part once, but I don't quite remember how to get through it. Just the general idea. I hope I didn't miss it. I did. Oh, good, I can go right back in it and appear back at the beginning of this section. Makes sense. If you do wind up missing a room, by the way, you just sort of have to... It loops you around. Speaking of looping you around, apparently that's what this does. It just loops you... How does that work? I mean, if I sort of like put my head through in one hole, will I see my head popping out of the other hole? What is this, portal? Now you're playing with portals. Alright, so we want to go through this hole, maybe. No. Wait, maybe? Okay, well, look, at least we can go back through these, but this is kind of a maze we're dealing with here. I'll figure it out eventually. Oh, here it is. I'm not sure where I am exactly. Oh, this is a tricky one. This is where the room where I discovered that you can't drop the weight before the cat comes in. Alright, well, you have to, like, be tricky here. I'm going to assume that the cat claw is instant death. Alright, now we're done with the room. I'm not entirely sure which room specifically that is, so let's see if we can't... I don't know where this is. Let's just move forward, because once again, it's a loop. You go in one and come out the other on the same wall. Alright, I see what happened now. One of those mouse holes didn't bring you to another room, it just brought you to the end of the room. So basically, for each mouse hole, go in. If it's not the keyhole, go back in and try the next hole. Don't, like, go in and then continue forward. Ooh. Alright, so now we're done with this room. Still got one more room we gotta go through. Oh, and in case you're wondering, going through doors is just like in most games. Press up. This is a simple sequence. Alright. And this should bring us to the last room. Yep, room 404. I'm like super paranoid about this recording now. I imagine it failed because I told it to recognize... Alright, I should probably think about how I'm going to explain why the program probably crashed. Except it wouldn't really make any sense because it took like 40 minutes for it to crash, so... I guess it was a fluke? So no, I won't explain why I thought it crashed. Because it took 40 minutes. Bombs on wheels, firecrackers on wheels. This just boggles my mind. Alright, here's the vent. Oops, don't do that. I don't think we want to go through the vent. Just want to keep on going. Yeah. Oh, and there we go. I demonstrated that the thing causes damage, or something like that. The explosion causes damage as long as you're not on top of the bomb itself. Ah, here's a fun one. See, it's puzzles like this that really make me think that they were trying to make a good game. Thankfully the next shaft is right there. We don't have to go all the way through the room. So now we just have to make our way back out into the hallway. I noticed that third one is not going, so I'm going to assume that it's another touch-sensitive trigger. So I'll just jump over it. Alright, this one is closed, which means that room is done. Have we just looped around or something? No, I don't recognize this part. I don't think I recognize this part. Alright, I knew the pattern, but I timed it wrong. 1, 2, and then empty. 1, 2, and empty. 1, 2, and empty. And that's just 1. And I believe this is the exit. If I keep going forward, it'll loop me back to the beginning of this ventilation shaft. So, grab this cookie and make my way back through the hallway. Where are we in this hallway? We're pretty much all the way at the end of the hallway. See how fast it takes in order to travel through it. So there's one space, there's... Nope, that's still the same space. Still the same space. Alright, now we're in another space. Looking at the icon. For where your location is, I mean. This is where another place where infinitely spawning enemies are annoying. I'm glad those spiders don't chase you. Alright, here's the entrance to the ventilation shaft, so we're not too far off from the entrance period. Yep, the elevator's right down here, not too far off. And as soon as we reach the elevator, we can finally reach the floor that for whatever reason we couldn't access until going through the other floors. No, seriously, that just bugs me to no end. Oh, whatever. I'm just glad to do the elevator sequence again. More health, more lives. It's good. And automatically we go to the 5th floor. Where are we? We are in the ballroom. Oh, I thought those icons were spiders. I guess they're flashing lights or something. So we have to make it all the way to the right end where I guess there will be some sort of crankshaft, or maybe it's another elevator. Oh, now they're wearing fancy outfits. Oh, and it's a pattern. It's not like up, down, no. They're actually kind of sort of dancing. In fact, we got girls now. You need food. Boy, I cannot imagine what it would be like getting stomped on by heels. It reminds me of a scene from Mars Attacks where the general gets shrunken and stepped on. That is like one of the most unfortunate and painful looking deaths I've seen in a movie. I mean, I'm sure it's meant to be humorous, but that looks unfortunate. And my screen turned blue. Excuse me a sec. And in case you're wondering what the heck, the screen didn't turn blue, I'm using a splitter. In front of me is the TV, off to my left is my computer, where it's also recording over there. For some reason, the front connection on my TV is loose, and it just spontaneously decides, nope, you're not connected anymore. I want that cookie. I have more than max health, but I want that cookie. This shouldn't be too difficult. Ooh, I almost glitched through the leg. So apparently the heels you can sort of jump through, but the toes you can't. Looks like we got you're underdressed. He's probably feeling underdressed too, which is why he's too embarrassed to try dancing. And we got ghosts! Now we're in a ghostly mansion. Hotel, whatever. I'm going to assume that standing up is not a good idea. Oh, now we got bouncing ghosts. Good thing they're not instant death. Get in there now. Alright, this isn't too bad. They're giving you plenty of health, I'll tell you that. I almost wonder what's to the left, but I'm almost certain that you're not actually be able to scroll to the left. No, it doesn't scroll to the left. I'm glad that the pattern stays the same. Oh, we got another fast dancer. Apparently this girl will convince this guy to... Come on, don't be a fuddy-wuddy. I am so glad you can glitch through the leg. I don't know if that's intentional, but I'm glad for it. This is just a little bit redundant. I'll stand on the girl's shoe. Yeah, I'll attempt to stand on the girl's shoe. You can't stand on the girl's shoe. Good to know. Alright. And there we go. Got a mouse hole and got cookies. It's the end of the room, so basically I would be just moving to get the cookie. I mean, it's not too difficult to get to, so sure, why not? That's not bad. Ooh, what are those up there? I don't know. What is that? Oh, apparently I'm too low to duck under this thing. I can't hit it. Or, What? Are those like nails in the wall or something? Why are there nails in the wall? No, spider! Can't jump up to reach those. What am I looking at? Feel like I'm in a maze, but there's most of the time only one door to go through. Oh, now we got these things again. If you're going to give me a maze, give me options. Alright. Moving forward. No. This is just an empty room. It's a good thing they didn't seal the door then. Okay, now we're in a maze. I have no idea where I'm going. Does somebody have a map? And apparently, stomping on those guys does count as taking a hit. So no, apparently the only enemies you can stomp on are those armored enemies. I'm just going... I need to like pay attention to these landmarks. Oh, this is a one-way door, so I must be on the right track. Maybe. These aren't trick holes. Ooh! Oh, I need to find the key in this maze. Lovely. It's best just to attack these things. Okay. I guess I'm going to have to kind of pay attention to these holes now. Alright, before we're in here... Ugh! Before in there, I went into the second door. And those nails and whatever that thing in the middle is arranged in a smiley. So I have succeeded in finding the key. So now I just need to find my way back to that other door. I think it was this way? Yeah. Then in here. Somewhere-ish. Boy, those are fast, whatever those things are. And there we go. Yay! Open more. You're too low. It annoys me. Oh! I made it! I beat the game! And I have it on video! I'm the first video on YouTube to have a complete playthrough of Mousetrap Hotel! Aside from that one part I lost, but it doesn't count because it isn't really anything. I don't care! I beat the game! And your girlfriend is just as ugly as you are. And pressing select brings up the map, and yep, you're in the penthouse. And you can pause the game. And no other buttons do anything. However, one thing about Game Boy games is the majority of them, if you hold A, B, start, select, it resets the game. I'm not really going to do that. So this is the ending screen, huh? You have a little ditty when you enter the screen, and then it's nothing but the sound of fireworks in the background. Whatever. We're done with the game. What kind of mouse has a penthouse? Is it her penthouse, or is she just living up here? Does Maxie live on in the basement in the washroom or something? I don't know. But now that we're done with the game, it's time for a review. Is this game bad? Yeah, probably. I'll send it to James Rolfe eventually. I'm curious to find out if he does a review of it. He doesn't do very many Game Boy reviews, so it would be interesting if he did this game. Not that it's necessary, because I just showed you the whole game in 2 videos. It kind of speaks for itself. And I've repeated myself several times all my little complaints. Graphically, it's unappealing. Detailed, but unappealing, mainly with your characters. The respawning enemies are annoying. don't do respawning enemies like that. I mean, you can sort of have respawning enemies, but not like infinitely spawning enemies that keep appearing if you just stand still. But the elements are there for a good game. Some of the puzzles, like at the beginning of the game, near the beginning of the game rather, where you had this weight, and the only way to get past the weight was to let a bug step on the trigger for it. The pipes are annoying, sort of, until you finally do figure out that yes, you're supposed to stay on the pipe as long as possible in order to not die when you hit the bottom. Would have been nice if it had been made more clear that that was the point. I mean, your only clue to that is a little pitter-patter that you hear whenever you are on the pipe. I mean, you could say that I didn't notice that because I was too busy talking, but no, I played this without commenting on it before. I practiced a little bit before recording, and I only noticed the pitter-patter on the pipe while recording. So it's like, it's not obvious enough. What I'm saying is, if you aren't on the pipe, your animation should have changed to not climbing. That way you know that, hey, you're back to falling. Overall, an interesting game, but not one that most people are going to want to play. Obviously, considering how few videos there are on YouTube of this game. Well, add 2 more videos of this game on YouTube, because I just beat it. It took 2 videos, accidentally, but I've succeeded. So does anything special happen if I reset? I mean, on the title screen the character looks a little bit cuter, but otherwise, no. Oh, and this game does have credits. It was on like one of the first screens. I'm hesitant to call those opening credits because they're not like scrolling or anything. It's just presented to you as random information as the game boots up. But now we're done with Mousetrap Hotel. Next game on my list for the Flea Market Games Marathon. I have to look at my little notepad in order to remember what it's called. Man, that's a mouthful. I've finished Bubble Ghost, and now I've finished Mousetrap Hotel. Next game on my list, I'm pretty sure is going to be